Ranking at number 4 on our Mavericks list is Dark Mantis, marking 3 consecutive X8 entries in a row. It'll be more varied from here on out, I promise. Mantis makes the list because of a solid combination of design, combat, strategy, and rewards. I'll definitely admit that a good portion of things is his inherent cool factor, but I think there's more than that making him an engaging boss. We'll start with design. If you watched any of the X Let's Play series, you may already know that I really liked insect-based Reploid designs. Characters like Boomer Quanger, Gravity Beetle, and Blast Hornet are among some of my favorite designs in the series. Mantis is in that bracket as well, making excellent use of his source species. His lighter color scheme is striking, even with his dark motif in mind, and the scythes on his arms give him an immediately sinister silhouette in all of his renders and promo art. Next is combat. This is where Mantis really starts to shine in my opinion. With the exception of Manowar, Mantis is easily the quickest and most agile Maverick in X8. He has some of the most difficult to read movements, which make him extremely fun and challenging to fight against. He also has a strong mix of melee and ranged abilities, which can cause some surprisingly claustrophobic area denial. His projectiles, Shadowrunner and Black Arrow, both move quickly and are capable of temporarily locking an area down. Shadowrunner will home in on X and orbit in the spot that he was standing when it was fired for a short time, keeping sections of open air in Mantis's control, while Black Arrows will stick to the floor and walls and act as damaging hazards if come in contact with. This, combined with his aggressive jumping and rushdown melee combat, can rapidly force X into a corner, demanding much quicker reflexes to fight back with. Mantis also has the rare ability to drain health from X. By lunging forward with both sides, he can grab X and hold him in place, draining his energy and using it to self-repair. Not only is this dangerous, but it's also frequent. Mantis will attempt this regularly throughout the fight, which can factor in dangerously with the attacks mentioned before. Luckily, a tag assist will break X free, so as long as he has backup, this is pretty easily countered. His final set of abilities come from his use of Overdrive. When pushed to the limit in battle, Mantis will jump to the center of the ceiling and form 2 gigantic energy scythes to sweep across the stage with. These are quick and highly damaging, but telegraphed well enough to deal with. When he lands, his scythes will remain temporarily energized, granting him a slight boost to damage and melee range. Mantis also has an extra layer of strategy that many other bosses don't have. His home stage, Pitch Black, is a secure facility that X is encouraged to sneak through. If X enters a locked generator room, with the help of Axel, he can turn the lights in the facility back on, which makes general progression easier. However, if progressed through normally, Mantis will be fought in the dark. This changes a couple things in the fight. First, his intro animation will be more acrobatic than it would be in the light, highlighting his ability to freely move in the darkness without restriction. Second, and most importantly, his projectiles become much harder to see. Not only does this make dodging more difficult, but it also makes the traps he can lay nearly invisible, which can get dangerous very quickly. As an aside to this note, the navigators say that the darker it gets, the more dangerous he becomes. I can't find any evidence that he gains any damage resistance or attack bonuses with the light still off, but that's how I like to imagine it, which adds an extra layer of cool detailing in my mind. It's almost like a danger placebo. Finally, rewards. Mantis is already in a stage that has some really great stuff to find. Rare medals containing a life tank, Axel's shield armor, and Zero's D-glaive, as well as the light capsule containing body parts H. But Mantis isn't stingy with his own personal rewards either. While X's weapon, Shadowrunner, is slightly lackluster, which is largely par for the course in X8 unfortunately, it still does well against its intended boss, Gravity Antonian. Axel's weapon, the Black Arrows, are a slight improvement, being greatly spammable with excellent homing. But Zero's technique more or less breaks the entire game. Rasetsu Sen is arguably Zero's best spin attack ever, especially combined with the D-glaive, which you'll also be taking home from this encounter as well. Extremely cool, greatly challenging, and highly rewarding. I really believe that Dark Mantis has earned his spot in the top 5.